Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to move us into free offer. I'm going to move us into free offer because we are on page 27 in your workbook. We're on page 27 in your workbook. This is going to be where the majority of you make the most money. You just heard Kate Wolf speak. You heard Anita Green speak, clients. The majority of their money is made by making free offers. They go out and speak. They do webinars. They do Facebook Lives. They do Facebook Live swaps. They make a free offer. That free offer brings people into their world, and they have an entire back-end sequence, funnels, setup, nurturing, call, all of that so that they can then convert somebody into their product, program, or service, right? So what I want to be clear about, and let me come over here. What I want to be clear about is if you are on here, and you are generating under about $7,000 a month, you pretty much should only be making low cost or free offers because you are still looking to fill, for the most part, probably high ticket items. If you are making over $7K a month, you're going to get into making mixed offers. You're going to make some free offers, you're going to make some paid offers, all of that. If you are over 250K a year, you're probably making mostly paid offers and in some cases free offers. And then you're also, of course, adding in, as you're going into some of these higher numbers, you're also adding in building your own stages, right? Which we spoke about, like Kate, for instance, she's been doing one-day events, right? Her own one-day events, some in person, some online. So you start building stages. But this is kind of what you're thinking about. So most of you who are making under $6,000, $7,000 a month, the majority of what you're going to do is go out, make a free offer. This is how it works, right? You go and you speak. You make a fabulous free offer. From that fabulous free offer, right, you close people into a signature program or product. So you're going out, you're speaking for free, you're making a free offer, and this is what I said last night, is that the majority of money made in speaking, even from my highest level people, even from myself and your Jessica yesterday and James Land and Jessica Terzakis, even though you can have some really nice big paydays on the front end, the majority of money made from speaking is in 3 to 30 days later. It's in 3 to 30 days later because a lot of times you're making a free offer and then you're setting up sessions or you're talking to people and you're moving them into your next thing. And in some cases, you're making a small paid offer that moves them into something that then the opportunity comes for you to offer the next thing. So this is what we're talking about. So let's talk about building out your fabulous free offer, which really, really is, you're going to hear people call this, I call it fabulous free offer. There are elements of this that are lead magnet based, but most of you want to make this fabulous free offer in the beginning. You want to make it a place where you are offering something that puts you in touch with these people one-on-one so you can offer them your signature program. So you'll see here, these are the elements of a free offer. Somebody said, what do you consider low cost? It is a little bit semantics, but usually we're talking about $47.97, $197 for a very low offer. A mid offer is going to be in your $500 to $3,000 range, and then anything above about $3,500 is going to be high ticket. And then, of course, high ticket can go into, a couple of $100,000 contracts, right? It can go all the way up. So as we look at what creates a fabulous free offer, people need a path. I'd love to hear, can we put all the hands down, please, so I can just start fresh for a second, if you don't mind. I'd love to hear from somebody who is out speaking. You're already out in the world doing some speaking, and you're making a free offer that is not converting well, right? Like I go out, I make a free offer, I speak to a room of 30 or 40 people, 2 or 3 people may come up to me, right? They may, want my thing, but it's just not converting at the level that I want it to convert. Cheryl, did you have your hand raised for that scenario? I'd love to use you. Cheryl, go ahead, unmute yourself. Okay. So Cheryl, I'm going to ask you some questions to help the room understand who you are, what you do, and all that. So Cheryl, tell everybody what you do.
I'm a speaker and a coach, and I help families that have special needs children.
Okay, so can you tell me you help them what?
I work with them to empower them, the parents, to be able to speak up for their children wherever they are.
And that gets them what?
It helps them to have their confidence and speak boldly and understand if they don't speak, their child gets nothing.
Okay, so really, the goal is not that you're helping them to speak up. The goal is that your child needs services, they need support, and you have to be the advocate for them. So you train them on advocacy so their children get their fair share and their fair shake at living the best life they can possibly live. Is that accurate?
Right.
Do you hear how different I said that than you did?
Sort of, but I'm not clear on how I say that, and I really need to know.
Let me tell you how you said
it.
Let me repeat it exactly back to you so you can hear it.
Okay.
You said, I help families with special needs children. That's where you started. So then I asked a question, and you said, well, I help them speak up for them. And I said, but to what end, for what purpose? So remember, you only want solution-based language. That's first, not middle. She gave me process-based language. The process is I work with families. The process is I help them speak up. I only want the solution because I don't think there's any parents of special needs kids who are just wandering around going, you know what I really want to do? Speak up for my child. No, they're like, I got to figure out how to get my child the services they need. I got to figure out how to get my child to stop being ignored. I got to figure out how to get my child, getting the same opportunities that other kids are getting. That's what they're talking about. So you got to go to solution base. That being said, that starts everything, everybody. That's value proposition. That's value proposition. Repeat, right? So that's value proposition. So Cheryl, so you're going out speaking, right? And so what I want you to do for the room is just within about 1 minute, tell me when you get to the offer part of your talk. Are you making them a free offer when you speak?
I have.
Okay, great. That's what I want to hear.
Is free.
What?
That's all I've gotten is free.
No. Just wait. Just stay with me, Cheryl. Stay with me. So you're going out speaking. Do you have a free offer that you're making at the end of your talk?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I just want you to share, how do you make that offer? Pretend like we're a room of people you're speaking to. You get to the offer part. Tell me what it is and how you deliver it. Go ahead.
How many of you are parents of special children? Maybe not very many, but the problem is parents don't always get what their child needs because they're afraid to speak up. They feel intimidated by those who are professionals, and they're scared when they're talked down to. And so what I would love to do is to invite you to work with me, and let's take next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. You will be able to work with me for an hour, and we're going to make you strong enough that you can find your voice and be able to speak up and tell exactly what your child needs anytime anybody asks you what your child is needing.
Okay. All right. Give her a hand, everybody. Thank you for being brave, Cheryl. I appreciate that. No, this is how we get good. Jessica, listen, Cheryl's my favorite person in the room right now. Because Jessica said, when you need something, raise your hand. And Cheryl did that. I love that, Cheryl. Okay, so I'm going to come over to the board and point out some things that are going on and what we can help you with, okay? So when we look at, and let's just make sure, let me see if I can, hold on 1 second. I'm going to go here. So let's look at this for a second. Here's the 5 elements of a fabulous free offer that gets people to go, oh my God, don't you get out of this room without me getting it. It has to have a painkiller title. This goes back to the work we did yesterday on talk titles. I told you this was going to come back up again. It has to have a painkiller title. And in having that painkiller title, a lot of you, I said this on the evening session last night to someone, you're trying to sell vitamins to somebody who needs a painkiller. You have to go to the deep pain that they have and the solution that they're looking for. You have to have an urgent time frame. Now, she did not have a painkiller title. She did not have a painkiller title. She didn't have an urgent time frame, but she did give a bit of a time frame because she gave some dates. There was no motivator or limiter. The call to action was not there. It wasn't clear, and she never gave a value. So what I want you to know, Cheryl, and let me come over here because I want to see your face as I say this, is I want you to know that that's good news, right? You didn't really have much of anything there right. So don't be confused why you're not getting the results you want to get. Now let's get it right, and we'll get you some results. So that should actually be a relief. Be relieved. Go, well, holy hell, I was doing it all wrong, right? So yes, celebrate that. Give her a hell yeah in the chat. Now let's fix it. Now let's fix it. Okay, coming back over here, right? We've got painkiller title, urgent time frame. So let's fix this for you. We know that parents they have guilt, they are suffering, they don't know how to serve their children are having challenges, they're being looked over, so they want their child to be what, Cheryl? What is it they want for their child?
They want their child to get the attention and get the services that they need.
Okay, great. So here would be a painkiller title.
Stop ignoring my child.
You're on the right track. You're on the right track. Hold on. I've got a couple of ideas going on. Sometimes this takes me a minute. Give me a second.
My child is worthy. Is it 8 or 9 right now? It's 8.
Okay, guys, this is all me working on the fly, but it gives you an example. Look what I just did. Uplift my kid, immediate blueprint, right? I want my kid to be seen. I'm going to show you exactly how to uplift your kid so they are not ignored, so they get the services they need. And I'm going to lay out a blueprint for what you need to do in the school system, in the education system, with the advocacy or the groups that you're in, so that your child gets the services they deserve, right? And we're going to be able to do that in about 45 minutes in a session with you, right? I'm going to be able to do it in about 45 minutes in a session. And when you walk out of that session, you are going to know the 3 action steps that you need to take to have your kid uplifted immediately, seen and taken care of so that they are getting everything they deserve, right? As you can imagine, it is time consuming for me. It is time consuming for me. And there are 20 of you in the room tonight, and I can't do 20 of those sessions. But you know what? My heart wants to do 20 of those sessions because this is my life's work. But on my calendar this month, I have space that I can do 3 of those sessions. So 3 of you that are in a real place of unrest, you are in a real place of guilt, you are in a real place of upset, and your child needs help now, I'm going to have you meet me in the back of the room, and the first 3 of you are going to get that Uplift My Kid immediate blueprint. I actually charge $9.97 for this, but those 3 of you who need this now, that's going to be my gift to you. It's my gift to you. Anybody else who needs something, obviously meet me back there, but I'm going to give those 3 that, right? So what did we do? We gave it a painkiller title. We gave it an urgent time frame. In 45 minutes, you're going to have the 3 steps you need to take. We gave it a limiter. I can only do 3 of these. We gave it a value, and the call to action was, I'm finishing my talk, the meeting is over, meet me in the back of the room. So let's pause on that. Cheryl, How does that feel? Oops, I think she's frozen.
Enough, but the title is Stand Up, Speak Up, Empower Yourself to Speak for Your Child.
Cheryl,
And-
you cut out. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Say what were you saying again?
My title is actually Stand Up, Speak Up, Empower Yourself to Speak for Your Child. And that's not similar, but it's
That's more
what
of
yours
a
is
talk
better.
title. That's more of a talk title than a freebie. Remember, a freebie is a solution. Everybody write that down. It's a little
Okay,
win.
okay.
It's not a talk title. Uplift my kid, immediate blueprint, right? That's a solution. I'm going to give you a blueprint. So I think your talk title is probably a little long, but it's okay. You're on the right direction. But this is a free offering that's very different than a talk title. This is offering a solution
Oh, okay.
that
okay.
you could actually charge $9.97 for. Guys, when you're putting the value on it, it is so important that you could turn around and sell this for $4.97, for $2.97, for $9.97, because there's that much value in it. That is critical.
I know it is. And the thing is, I've just been invited to share a program with the world's autism group. And so I really want this to be right.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you should put $9.97 on that. I just made up a value. You'll put whatever
No, I
value
know
you put
that.
on it.
But I want it right so they know what we're going to give them.
That's right, because you ready to write this down, everybody? People don't know the value until you tell them the value. They don't have a clue, right? And the hardest thing in the world is to sell is something that's free. The
Right.
hardest thing to sell in the world is something that's free. So you have to have a painkiller title. There's got to be a time frame, and you've got to tell them the value or they will not know it. Thank you so much, Cheryl.